welcome to Art with Anna. Today we are changing it up. So instead of focusing on an artist, we are actually going to be doing a project for Renew, which is a therapeutic horse riding business here in Holland, Michigan. And they've asked us to create some artworks for them. So we're going to do that today. Something that's also going to be a little different is kind of every step of the way you'll have a choice to make. So it might be what color you want to use, how you want to orient your canvas, or just a lot of different points where there will be questions asking you, the artist, what you'd like to do. And this is going to make each of these artworks a little more personal. So that's what we're going to do today. Let's grab some supplies and we'll get started. You will need a canvas, piece of paper, an array of paint colors, but make sure you have green, blue, yellow, and white. A large paintbrush or foam brush, scissors, glue, tape, a pencil, and lastly a little cutout horse. Alright, so we'll be making a scene of a horse standing in a pasture. And like I mentioned, each kind of step that we take to make this piece of artwork, there'll be some sort of decision that you'll have to make. And starting off right away, we will be grabbing our canvas that looks like this, and we are going to decide, and I'm going to let you choose. You can choose by either saying verbally how you would like your, verbally what decision you want to make. You can also choose on a paper choice, or in some instances you might be able to choose by pointing to like what color you want to use for paint and that sort of thing. So paper choice, pointing, and responding verbally are all options for making these choices. But the first choice we'll be making is deciding whether or not you want your canvas to be oriented horizontally or vertically. So take a minute and go around, and each one of you make a choice of how you want to have your canvas. So that's going to be our first choice. All right, so I've chosen to have my canvas be vertical or up and down. So that's the first choice. The second choice we'll need to make is where we want our horizon, which in this case, our horizon is going to be where our pasture meets the sky. It's the line that goes across, and it's where the sky meets the ground visually. So I am going to choose to make my horizon below the midpoint. Half of my canvas is about here, and I am drawing below my midpoint down here to make it so that my sky is the biggest. So now you can make your decision. Do you want your horizontal line or your horizon to be below the midline of your canvas or above the midline of your canvas? If you choose below, you will have less grass and more sky. If you choose above, you will have more grass and less sky. And this is the same for if your canvas is like this. Find the middle and choose if you want your horizon to be below the middle or above the middle. All right, so my horizon has been chosen. It's down there so that my sky is kind of bigger at top. You may have picked a smaller sky, and that is completely fine. I'm going to grab out just an extra sheet of paper that I have lying around, and I'm going to just place that over where my grass will be, because we are going to next focus on painting our sky. So we're left with another decision that we have to make. Do we want our sky to be blue? Is it going to be a sunny day? Do we want to make it kind of more grayed by adding like some white and diluting it? Is it more of a cloudy sky? Or do we want to make it more of a sunrise or sunset and add some colors like pinks and yellows to our sky? So you have the choice between a bright sunny day, a cloudy day, and a sunrise. For the sake of a sunrise, I think being a little more complicated, that's what I'm going to choose today. So I do have my piece of paper down, and you can choose to take some tape and tape that paper down. That's just protecting the bottom from getting paint on it. Let's see, right there. All right, so I'm working with this part of my canvas to make my sky. I am going to choose to make a sunset. So because of that, I'm going to take some like reddish pink paint and just put some down there. Add some yellow and then some blue. And also around there in between the colors, I'm going to add a little bit of white. Now I'm going to take my foam brush or a big paintbrush, whichever you have, and I'm going to make sure I'm going straight across with my strokes. I'm not going up and down, I'm just going straight across. So I'm going to take that paint and go straight across, just like that. All right, and that's leaving me kind of with this sunset kind of look. I'm just going to, got some blue in the middle, no! I'm gonna add more yellow because I accidentally touched my canvas with my dirty paintbrush. I didn't clean in between. Take some yellow and spread that out. All right, mine has turned into kind of a nighttime scene because I accidentally blended my colors. But we've got some variants of color here, and we're gonna let this dry a little bit. Our next step in a few minutes is gonna be to add some white, to add some clouds, and then also add where we want our sun to be. Because mine's a sunset or a sunrise, I'm gonna add my sun kind of to the bottom part. But in the meantime, we need to talk about our grass. So before we get painting on our grass, we need to make a fence because our horses that renew, they're within a fence. So we need something that's gonna keep in our horse, keep it from running away on us. So we are gonna take some tape. I have some thinner tape here, and we are going to take pieces, 2 pieces that go across our painting, like so. One like this goes across, and another one. And then we'll do some shorter ones that go vertically to make our fence. So what we're doing right now is we are kind of preserving white space. So we'll be painting over this with green, but everywhere where there's tape will remain white, and that will make our fence stay white. And I'm probably gonna do 3 or 4 vertical parts of the fence. If you do have your painting like this with the sky at the top, you'll need more than probably 4 posts for your fence. You'll probably need a few more of those. So this step might take a little bit longer for you. So I am trying to find the end of my tape. I lost it. All right, there we are. One, 2, 3, lastly 4. All right, so we've got our fence. I'm gonna take a minute to clean off my brush, and we'll be back. All right, our next choice that we have to make is, do you want clouds in the sky? So that's just a simple, yes, I want clouds, or no, I do not. I personally am gonna add some clouds. So I'm just gonna add a few dots of white paint right onto my canvas. And with my sponge brush, I'm gonna just kind of blend it out, just dab it. So I've kind of blended it in a little bit. They look very light and gray, and I'm gonna go in with more white paint and put even more over top. Kind of dabbing around. All right, so there we have it. We've got some clouds in the sky. All right. The next step is going to be to paint our grass green. Clean off my brush again, get out some green paint, and also put that just a few drops of it just directly onto my canvas. This green is a little bit dark, although it's not so sunny in my painting. I think I might just try to lighten it up. Well, no, it spreads pretty light. All right, so I am just actually gonna go up and down with my strokes for this one, so it kind of looks like the grass is growing. Up and down, making sure to be gentle over my tape. Now, if you want to add some variation, you can add a few drops of yellow. So right now our canvas should have a sky and some grass. We do have a fence that's a little bit under there. So we're getting close to completion. Another decision you get to make is, do you want to have any wildflowers growing in your field at all? I am going to choose to have a few. It's becoming spring just right about now. So there are hopefully going to be flowers soon. There are some crocuses, I suppose, here in Michigan. So I'm going to clean off my brush and just dip the tip of my brush in some red for my wildflowers. So you can see I've just dipped that very tip in red, and I'm just going to go around touching it lightly, different spots. Can do it past the fence even a little. And I think I'm going to do the same with some yellow. Let's get the tip. Yellow in there. All right, this is what we're looking at. And we have a little bit of dryness on our sky. Our sky has dried a little bit, enough for me to want to add my sun. So I'm just going to put a dot, oh no, 2 dots of yellow and make a half circle shape since mine is a sunrise. But if you were doing a bright day, you can go ahead and just make a full circular yellow sun. And a good way to do that is get yellow on your brush. I can show you up here. Put your brush down and then just spin it. Just spin it. And that will kind of make a perfect circle. Give you a good sun shape if you just stick it down and then spin it. But in my case, I'm trying to make kind of a half circle. I'm going to add some rays coming out. All right. The next choice we need to make is, what color do we want our horse? Because we're about to the end where we can add our horse to our scene here. And if you're at Ben's Hope, I have cut out 3 different colors for you: a brown, black, or white horse. And you can make the choice. I think I'm going to choose a brown horse. Well, my composition's pretty dark. My sunset got kind of dark, so I think the black doesn't stand out enough. So I'm thinking about doing brown or white. I think I am going to do brown. So before I do that, I need to take off the tape that we had down. All right, so we're left with our white picket fence. Mine's stuck to me though. All right, we're left with our white picket fence. There's some areas I'm gonna just touch up a little bit, like in the sky. Just gonna fill some spots in there. And the last thing we're gonna do is glue down our horse. So I'm gonna try to get some glue out here. Oh no! I'm having a glue explosion. All right, I'm gonna glue down my horse. My glue's exploding a little bit, so. I got some glue on the back. I'm gonna spread it around a little bit with my finger. You could do this with your paintbrush though. And I'm just gonna have him or her sit right there on the painting. So we're left with this kind of Renew scene. Represents again our equine therapy friends at Renew Therapeutic Horse Riding Center. And they asked us to make some artwork that reminded us of them. So we've made this pretty little piece that I think they'll be excited to see, and we're gonna send these their way. So I can't wait to see what you guys have. Because you got to make choices along the way, everyone should be a little bit different in the choices that they've made. So it'll be a little bit exciting to see the different scenes, what color horse, how your sky looks, is it a cloudy day, a sunny day, how you had did you have more grass or more sky? So I'm excited to see those. All right, thanks for joining me today on a little different adventure, in that we were just doing something kind of guided together instead of being really focused on an artist. So again, thinking about our friends at Renew, thanks for the opportunity to do this. we were given these canvases from them to kind of decorate and then send back. So here's our final product, and yeah, just excited to see what everyone else makes, and excited to send those back to Renew. So I will see you guys again next week. Thanks for making art with me, and yeah, can't wait to see you then. Okay, bye.